Namaste. So this is me trying something different, something new. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to say. I did a video last week on how to walk with spirit. Something happened to me 4 days ago, and I really don't know how to put it to words. So I feel as though my connection to spirit has increased dramatically, to the point to where the words that are coming are not my words anymore. I've understood how that felt to extents and what that means through my progression with this process. But only up until 4 days ago have I really understood what being connected to spirit really means. And there's something that happens deep within you that's very empowering, but at the same time very confusing, because you don't know how to listen properly. That connection that you have to spirit has to be more greatly connected to be able to understand what's really going on in life, in you, everywhere, in all reality. So, what's happening? What's going on in everyone that is so profound? This question has to be asked, because there is something going on. I don't know if everybody understands fully of what's going on. It's hard to differentiate how to make choices in life, especially now, when everything else is going on the way it is. We watch TV, we watch the media, we watch our friends, we watch our family, and the decisions that they make. But how are they making those decisions? Do they trust those decisions that they're making? How are they being made? Are they reading books to understand what's going on inside of them? Why would you read a book? You're right here. Why don't you just read yourself? Why would you not just go to the direct source to get the information, all of the information that you need? Why would you not do that? That doesn't make any sense. If you had a book that gave you the answers to everything that you could ever know, the answers to everything that you could ever understand, and you would never have questions again. You would never have questions again. Would you read that book? How profound would that book be for you? What would you do? Would you share it? Would you share that book? Would you give it away? Or would you sell it for the highest price. The book of knowing everything that you could ever want to know. All understanding of everything. What would you do if you had that in your hands? Feel that. Really put yourself into that emotional state. See what happens. I have this book of everything that has the answers to any question that you can possibly ever understand. And I want to give it to you. I want to show you how to read that book. I want to show you how to share that book. How to give it away to people. In order for people to understand what that book says. How to read it. In what language is it written in? In what language is it spoken in? This book of everything that you can possibly ever understand. All the questions that humanity could possibly ever know is in this book. You are this book that I'm talking about. You are this book that I speak about. You are this understanding that everybody is looking for. You are this thing. You are this frame of life that has all the answers to all the questions that could ever be understood. You are this book. Now, you having this information, what do you do with it? What happens now? Do you go on to share it with other people? Like this? Do you make a video? In order for other people to see your book? Do you want people to see your book? Do you want people to understand the book that you have? Or are you keeping it away, held in a private place so nobody can see it? What are you doing with your book? What are you doing with yourself? What are you doing with the one thing that could give you everything that you could ever dream of? We see TV shows displaying so many amazing, fun things that we can experience in life. We see life being lived in ways that we only want to be able to live. But why aren't we living these lives? What's keeping us from living the lives that other people are living? That we see other people living? That you want to live? You are divine. Why can't you have and enjoy this life to its absolute fullest? And what does that mean? Well, you have the book. Have you read it? Have you sat there, opened it up, and read it? What do you do? What are you doing with that book? What are you doing with yourself to be more of a blessing and gift to other human beings that are around? Are you sharing what you know? Are you sharing the things that you understand? What are you doing? Are you living the life that you truly want to live? What's keeping you from these things? Are you keeping you from these things? I think it's time for people to start really being honest with themselves and seeing what happens whenever you are truly honest with yourself. What's happening there in that honesty? Develop that honesty. Read your book. Read that book alone with yourself. Write notes about this book. Write notes in what you read. Take a journal. Go and buy a journal so you can make notes on what you read. Why don't you have a journal yet? Why aren't you making notes on the book that has the answers to everything? And then sharing these things, and then making classes and giving away things for people to understand more, and then living a more profound life for yourself. Through your profound life that you live will be a profound gift for other people to see you live. And that alone is the example that everybody is truly looking for. Someone that can live a life to its full capacity, without judgment, without the understanding and creation of its own identity. Because the creation of our own identity is the hindering of who we are. Why is that? Well, you have to be more deeply rooted within yourself first. Read your book. It's in your book. Have you opened it? Who are you? What are you? What do you want to understand about the things that are going on in life? What do you want to know? It's all there. How bad do you want to know it? Do you really want to know it that bad? Or are you just faking it? It's time to be honest with ourselves. Truthfully, what's really going on? What's happening in our life that we love? Not what's happening in our life that we hate. What's happening in our life that we love? That truly connects us to the things that we really love to connect to. What are those things? Who has those things? Who has the things that we love? It's in your book. Where's your book? Have you opened it today? Where have you been to today? What have you done for yourself today? Have you loved yourself today? What are you going to do today that will be so different than what you do every other day? What's different today? What's going on today? Right now? Within this very moment? What's happening? Within ourselves? What's happening within you that you love? That gives you that blissful joy feeling, that absolute nothingness of having to worry about what other people think, about what other people may think about you. Who cares? Does that really matter whenever you are living a life for you, that you are so profoundly fulfilled with? Does that matter? Who cares? Why are you so focused on what other people are always thinking all the time? That's boring. Why are you living such a boring life, focused on what everybody else is doing? Everybody else has already done it. Allow them to enjoy what they're doing by themselves. What have you done that's new today? That's new for you. How do you even know what those things are? Oh. Have you opened your book today? Have you read a chapter? Where are you? Are you still stuck in the table of contents trying to figure out how to skip to the end or to skip through the book? It doesn't work that way. You can't skip through yourself. You're not just a chapter in your book. You are the whole thing. Don't focus on just one chapter. You got to start from the beginning. Forget the whole table of contents even. Don't even go in your book with expectations on what you're even going to read. Because the moment you know what you're going to read, you know what you're going to find out, that takes all the fun out of everything. How do you know? How are you going to open yourself up to something new? When you already have predetermined expectations on what you're going to experience. Now, isn't that silly? That doesn't make it new, does it? Because you already know. Something new isn't something that you already know. How do you make room in your life for something new? Well, open your book. Find out how you do it. Read the instructions. Do you know how to read it properly? Do you know what language it's in? If you don't, you probably should find out. This is where you ask, what language is my book in? How do I read it properly? Shoot, how do I even open my book? Well, there's answers out there. Very, very easy. There's one on the channel that you're watching right now. It's called a Guided Inner Light Kriya Meditation. Go to it. It's in the downloads. Check it out. That's how you open your book. Now, how you read your book, well, that's through frequencies. Frequencies are the way you understand the language to your book. That is the language of everything. Frequencies, vibration. You've heard these things. I have a video on this channel too that talks about it. It's the one that explains my documented meditations, how to use frequencies. Try it, check it out, see what happens. Read your book, understand the language. Understand your book, and then share it with other people. Share it with us. We want to know what's happening in your book. We want to hear the story of how you're reading your book, so we could help other people read their book too. Give experiences. Email us videos and audio, or a written email about how your experience is and reading the book of you. Your book. The book of all human knowledge of everything. This was fun. I'm going to start doing more of these videos. And it feels so good to speak in such a way that's so connected to Spirit. The way in which I'm talking is very different than the way I've always talked. There's something happening very, very deep within, very, very profound that you're seeing right now. And it's a type of channeling. But it's not the type of channeling that everybody else sees, like channeling spirits or aliens and things. But you're channeling your own divine within. You're channeling and making a conduit off with the physicality that is your body and mind. Make this a conduit and connect to the spirit of who you really are, so that can start speaking through, just like you're seeing and witnessing right now. See the tone in which I'm speaking? You see the different ways in which I'm speaking? It's something, the information in which it's coming from is different. It's a connection. Find that connection, it's in your book. So I'm going to leave you on that. Let light and love find your way. It's in your book. If you need help, book a session with me. I'll show you how to read your book. With that, sending light and love your way. Enjoy and be connected more with you. Namaste.